Hi friends, it's Tuesday and we are going to get started with our reading packet today. So go ahead and grab your learning packets, flip to the reading section. Today's text will be a nonfiction text. Nonfiction texts are texts about real things. Texts about real things. So we are going to learn about bees today in our nonfiction text, and then we're going to answer a few questions. Our objective is to be able to tell what the main idea is of each paragraph. That means what each paragraph is mostly about. When you have main ideas, you also have supporting ideas, which tell all about the main idea. They give more details. We'll talk a little bit more about that once we dive in. So our text today, like I said, is called Soldier Bees. Soldier Bees. All right, we're going to go ahead and dive in. We could learn a lot about working together from honeybees. There are 3 types of bees in a hive. They all do different jobs to help make their hive a home. The queen bees lay eggs. Drones are the fathers, and worker bees do everything else. They clean the hive, feed the young, and find nectar. In South America, some honeybees have added a new kind of worker, the soldier bee. So if we go back into this text, this paragraph, what is this paragraph mostly about? Well, it's telling us all about the different types of bees. It says there are 3 types of bees in a hive. They all do different jobs so that the hive can become a better home. There's queen bees that lay the eggs. There's drones that are the father bees. There's worker bees who do everything from feeding the young to cleaning the hive to finding the nectar. And in some parts of the world, like South America, there's even a special kind of bee called a soldier bee. Soldier bees stay at the opening of the hive to protect it from the robber bees. Robber bees like to steal the honey from other hives. In most hives, the worker bees stand guard for only 1 or 2 days. Then they fly off to do other jobs, but soldier bees are different. They spend their whole lives defending the hive from other insects. They are very good at keeping the other bees safe. The soldier bees are some of nature's tiny heroes. All right, let's go to the next page. I forgot to mention that this text, this nonfiction text that we're reading about, is in the reading section of our packet, and it's on page 41. All right, if we go back up to paragraph 1, what's the key point? Which means what's the main idea? What is paragraph 1 mostly about? Is paragraph 1 mostly about all the bees that work together to make a hive a home? Is paragraph 1 about the 3 types of bees that are queens, drones, and worker bees? C, robber bees like to steal honey from other bees. Is that what paragraph 1 was mostly about? Or D, soldier bees are a special kind of worker bee. Well, I'm going to go back up to paragraph 1 to make sure I am successful when answering this question. Paragraph 1 says we could learn a lot about working together from honeybees. There are 3 types of bees in a hive, and they all do different jobs to help make the hive a home. The queen bee lays the eggs, the drones are the fathers, the worker bees do everything else like clean the hive, feed the young, and find the nectar. There's even a type of worker bee called a soldier bee. So what is paragraph 1 mostly about? Paragraph 1 is mostly all about how the bees work together to make the hive a better home. A. Okay, so I would say that number 1 is A, because up at the top it says all the bees do different jobs to help make the hive a home. For instance, the queen bee lays the eggs. The drones are the fathers. The worker bees clean the hive, feed the young, and find the nectar. Those are all the different things that they do for the hive to make it a better home. Question number 2. What reason does the author give to explain the key point she makes about honey bees in paragraph 1? So we know that the main idea or the key point in paragraph 1 was that all the bees are working together to make the hive a better home. What reason does she give for that? Why do we know that? Because robber bees like to steal honey from hives? Well, that's not something that would make the bees work together to make a better home. B, each type of bee in a hive does a different job. C, some bees have added a new kind of worker. D, soldier bees are different from worker bees. We said our key point, our main idea from paragraph 1 was that all bees work together to make the hive a better home. What reason does the author give for this? The reason is because each type of bee in the hive does a different job. Because each type of bee does a different job, the bees are able to make the hive a better home. That's our reason. Our reason is because each bee is doing a different job so that the hive can be a better home. The author makes the key point that soldier bees are different from worker bees. Give 2 reasons from the text that support this point. So I'm going to go back up to our text, and I'm looking specifically in paragraph 2. I need to find 2 reasons why robber bees, I need to find 2 reasons why soldier bees are different from worker bees. Okay. Soldier bees stay at the opening of the hive to protect it from robber bees. Robber bees like to steal the honey. In most hives, the worker bees stand guard for only 1 or 2 days. So the worker bees and the soldier bees both like to stand at the opening of the hive so that they can protect it from robber bees. Both worker bees and soldier bees are doing that, standing at the beginning of the hive to protect it from robber bees. But worker bees only stand guard for about 1 or 2 days. Okay, that's a big difference because it says farther down that soldier bees spend their whole lives protecting the hive. How long do worker bees protect the hive? Only 1 or 2 days, so that's a big difference. So it asks us, what's the difference between a worker bee and a soldier bee? A worker bee stands guard for 1 or 2 days and then leaves to go do other jobs. A soldier bee does not leave after 1 or 2 days to go do other jobs. A soldier bee spends their whole life defending the hive from other insects. They keep the other bees safe, and that's why they are known as nature's tiny heroes. So you will need to write down some of those ideas for number 3 that tell why is a soldier bee different from a worker bee. You're going to save number 4 for tomorrow's writing on the next page. And that is it for today. Our objective was to read this nonfiction text and to identify in each paragraph what the main idea was. What was it mostly telling us about in paragraph 1? And we said it was mostly telling us about all the different jobs that the bees do so that they can have a better home. Paragraph 2 was mostly about the difference between soldier bees and worker bees. That's it today, friends. Reach out if you have any questions, and good luck.